Shannon Brinkley. My father, Russell Tillis. I work in a metal fabrication shop, welder and fitter. I just had the opportunity, and I was good at it, so I just went with it. Yeah, yes, I did. Um, Not really. Yeah, we spoke a couple times. I was about 12 years old. He called, um, he called my mother, and they talked for some time. She put me on the phone, and then we talked for quite some time. Well, we talked about just everyday stuff. We talked about the law. He was in trouble, and he was adamant that he didn't want me in trouble with the law. Like, he didn't make the same mistakes that he did. That's right. That's about it. Next time I spoke with him, I was 18 years old. Well, at the time I was in Jacksonville. I was staying with his parents, and I was at the time I was with his brother, and they had him on the phone, and I had the opportunity to talk to him again. And we spoke briefly. He wanted me to stay in Jacksonville. He wanted me to move up there permanently, and so we could have a relationship there. 3 months. Yes. Yes. Right. Right. Yes. Yeah, I thought it sounded great. He offered to give me his truck so I could have something to drive around. I had a place to stay at his parents, and at the time I was there, I was working for his brother, so I had a job, I had a place, but I had a truck. That's more than I had at the time on the West Coast. But I ultimately didn't want to leave my friends and family, so, but it was very tempting offer. Yeah, well, there was one incident that was kind of strange. That made me uncomfortable. I was in the living room watching a movie, and I noticed that he was kind of sneakily watching me through a window, trying to kind of like hiding. And I noticed that, and yeah, I thought that was very odd, and so I went out there and I talked to him. I didn't confront him about that, but I went outside and continued to talk to him about his business and what he does for work, and we talked a lot about our family. Yeah, 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 I didn't want to be in that situation. I started using drugs and alcohol very young. Uh, I started drinking when I was about 7 years old, and really picked up when I was about 12. I started smoking marijuana and drinking on a regular basis. And then it just progressed from there. At 14, I started using meth, and uh, ended up using that for about 20 years. My mother was married, and my stepbrother was quite a bit older, and I took one of his beers and drank that. He was 12 years older than me, so he was about 19, I think. Yeah, I was at a friend's house, somebody I went to school with, and I was there for a couple nights, staying there over the weekend, and ended up the majority of his family was smoking marijuana in the house, so I joined in on that. About 12 years old. That again was from my step sibling, another step brother from my mom's second marriage. He had been using, and he had brought some home with him. Right. Yes. Yeah, she's very strong woman, very strong mind, strong will. She also at the time was very strict Jehovah's Witness, so there was a lot of rules in place that I didn't really agree with. She became one before that. She met him in the church. That's correct. Yes, it does. I got my first felony when I was uh, 13, burglary, and from there I was on probation. Then they started drug testing me when that happened. They just kept me on probation. They kept extending it, and so then I was on probation until I was an adult, and basically, right? Yeah, I failed them all. That's right. Right. Yes. Yes, I did. I did. I have three more felonies as an adult. I have another burglary and then an assault and arson. It's pretty embarrassing. Uh, I was um I was just doing math in the bathroom and I had burned some garbage in the sink and it damaged the sink and part of the wall. Yes. Yes, I did. I did 2 years prison for the assault. Well, why I was just, my life was going downhill and I ended up homeless for years and I couldn't stay out of jail. So something had to change. So I moved up north to Washington State with my grandmother, and I went into treatment this time of my own free will. Yes, yes. Well, not in rehab. I did the rehab, and then I did inpatient, outpatient, and then after that, I got into a 12-step program. Yeah, yeah, basically daily. One of the steps is making amends uh, for the people we harmed, and I am number one on that list. Yes, I would like. Yes, I would like to. Yeah, I've been reading about it online a little bit. Yeah, I sent a text message to one of uh, his advocates and sent him some pictures to look at, and I wrote him a letter last weekend.
Okay, Mr. Mizrahi.
And, okay. I'm sorry, what's that?
When did you first become aware that you were growing up without your father?
I can hardly understand. When I first became aware,
That you were growing up without your father?
Oh, probably around 5 or 6 years old. Yeah.
That's what I guessed. I just wanted you to give the answer. And would you agree with me that growing up with an absent father was traumatic for your childhood development?
Um, I don't know if traumatic's the word I would use. It was, I felt like it put me at a disadvantage. I saw other children with their fathers, and all I had was my mother at the time.
In going through your rehab and the STEPS program, do you recognize that that played a role in what happened to you?
Yes, yeah, yes, I do. A lot of addicts and alcoholics, they have childhood trauma and events in their childhood.
Have you had the chance to meet your brothers and sisters, or at least half brothers and sisters?
No, no, I have not.
Do you even know their names or where they live or who they are?
No, I don't.
So you weren't aware that you had brothers and sisters that even lived here in Jacksonville. You didn't know that.
I knew that I had a brother and sister, but I don't really know anything about them.
That's all the questions I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Miller, any follow-up? All right, Mr. Tillis, thank you very much for participating, and I'm now going to terminate the Zoom connection. Thank you, sir. Ms. Miller, Mr. Maris? Okay, thank you. Members of the jury have a couple matters to take up outside your presence. The next thing that will happen is the attorneys will make their closing arguments to you. We should be able to do that this morning, as I tell you the anticipated schedule, and then I would send you to lunch. You would come back, I'll instruct you on the law, and then you'll retire to deliberate your decision. Until that time, of course, do not discuss the case or look up anything about it. This recess should not be very long. We'll see you back in about 10 minutes.